And now on BBC Two, we join Jimmy Hill as England play Turkey in international football.
Good afternoon and welcome to International Football Special and the European Championship Group 4 match between Turkey and England. It comes really at a most unfortunate time for Bobby Robson's men, battle-scarred as they are at this stage of our marathon season, and in many cases with professional and commercial eyes on the domestic prizes still to be fought for. Yet having made a most encouraging start, a win today would virtually ensure England's place in next summer's European Championship final in West Germany. And the loss would be an open invitation to the Yugoslavs, who play Northern Ireland in Belfast tonight, to go for glory, knowing that England have to play them in Belgrade in November. Thus, an intriguing game. The Turks might not be looked upon as in England's class, but they could still make life quite difficult. Watching with me is Trevor Brooking and Peter Beardsley of Newcastle United and England, presently injured. But let's now go over to the Ataturk Stadium in Izmir and join match commentator John Motson.
Welcome to Izmir. You join us during the playing of the national anthems. And if you are watching pictures not of the best quality, we will apologise for that straight away. The pictures so far that the stadium is by no means full. The capacity here is 70,000. It's 6 o'clock in the evening Turkish time, but it's also the first day of a religious festival in Turkey, and that also has helped to keep the crowd down. It's decidedly cool as well, especially bearing in mind we thought the heat was the great danger at this time of the year in Izmir. In fact, they're having their coldest spell at the end of April for 10 years. And so the decision to put the kick-off time back was in the end hardly necessary. Let's take a check on the team news for this European Championship qualifier. Turkey field 9 of the side, who beat East Germany so impressively in their last match. They're without their 2 first-choice strikers, but Erdal plays in West Germany for Borussia Dortmund, and Bobby Robson is highly conscious of his pedigree. Moving across to the England team, the good news this morning was that Brian Robson and Glenn Hoddle were both past fit, so Bobby Robson was able to choose the midfield he wanted, which means that Gary Mabbott plays at centre-back for the first time for his country, alongside Tony Adams, who faces a stern test in only his second international. There are in fact 8 players in the starting team from Arsenal and Tottenham, and of the other 3, 2 of them, Gary Lineker and Chris Woods, play for clubs outside England. And the absentees, apart from Peter Beardsley, who's with us in the studio, Peter Shilton and Terry Butcher. Izmir on the Aegean coast. The average wage here in Turkey only £20 a week, so it may not surprise you to hear that the best seats for this match cost just £2. And indeed, you can get into one of the cheaper sections for the equivalent of less than £1. But that hasn't brought the Turkish people exactly flocking in. As for England fans, there are about 100 here. 40 of them have come with a couple of recognised tour operators. The others have made their own way. And when they arrived in the stadium, they got something of a hostile reception from the Turkish supporters. They have been moved now, the England fans, to a special section. Turkey are wearing red shirts and white shorts. The referee and the linesman are all from the Soviet Union. And away we go, England playing from left to right. Kenny Sansom on the far side. Number 4 for Turkey is Ali Çoban, the most capped player in the side. And Lineker nearly in to challenge the goalkeeper straight away. Ismail is number 2. Robson quickly forward, trying to get it back from Lineker. Here's Viv Anderson. Ismail. 8 there is Erdal, the West German professional. Savaş. Number 7, Ur. Savaş again. In the way was Adams. Number 9 here is Hassan. Offside against number 7, Ur. He too has had experience in West Germany with Bayern Munich. There's quite a strong connection between the two countries because many Turkish migrants have moved to West Germany to find work and have brought families up there. England have yet to concede a goal in this European Championship group. And Turkey, who've yet to score against England in previous meetings. Here's Hoddle. Cleared by Savaş. Chris Waddle intercepting for England. Glenn Hoddle out on the left. This is floated towards Gary Lineker with the volley. And number 2 is Ismail for the Turks, playing on the left-hand side of midfield. Looks for Hassan, who is onside, testing Tony Adams. Here's Waddle. Bear in mind that when England won 8-0 here in their previous visit to Turkey, that was in Istanbul, that match, Turkish side was very different from the one which their new coach has got together today. The people here are expecting a much better performance from the Turks this time round. This is Waddle. Flag was up. Handball given. About to take the free kick is Erhan. That was Ismail. And England will be hoping to deaden what atmosphere there is here today by setting their stall out in this opening quarter of an hour. Adams, Ismail, 7, Ur. Trying to find Rezer on the far side. This is Rezer, and that's a foul. Steve Hodge. And a free kick to Turkey. Hassan and Erdal have taken up positions in the centre. Savaş. Gahan again, number 5. Hurt his ankle in the last training session yesterday morning, the bearded sweeper of the Turkish team, but was past fit first thing today. So there have been some late team selections on the part of both managers because of injury worries. This is Kenny Sansom, Gary Mabbutt. Understand that you're now watching in black and white because of the problems with the colour pictures. Bring back a few memories, no doubt. Hodge for England, and away by Ali. Iskender to Savaş. Iskender, number 7, Ur. Razar on the far side. Hassan had moved out right. Iskender, Savaş. Clive Allen. Good-looking ball by him. Gary Lineker had spread wide. Hodge. Erdal. And the free kick's been given. Erdal, the player fouled. Chris Woods possibly facing his first test here. Iskender is the number 11 with the powerful shot, and it was finally Savaş who put the ball well over the bar. 7.5 minutes gone here in Izmir. Turkey 0, England 0 in the European Championship, on a day when England could take a giant step forward towards a place in West Germany next summer. A good result here, and something for Northern Ireland at the expense of Yugoslavia could virtually see us there. Understand that the pictures you're watching are still in black and white, but we shall hope that the Turkish television service, with their various links, will be able to restore colour transmission before very long. Kenny Sansom to take the throw for England. Tony Adams was up for that. Hassan trying to break for Turkey. Gary Mabbutt right at the back for England. And they've left plenty of players forward here, England, but it's overhit. This is Ismail. Oh, he's given it away to Clive Allen. Well, and he obviously feels confident enough to play the ball around again on the edge of his own penalty area, the number 2. Now the other fullback's at it. Ure. Ismail got hurt in all that. Ure again. He's gone down too. Erdal. Savaş. Erdal. Turkish medical staff rushing to the touchline because Ure copped a late tackle there. Those two meetings in the World Cup qualifiers last time round were the only occasions that England and Turkey have met at full international level. England won in Istanbul 8-0, as I said, when Brian Robson got a hat-trick, and then at Wembley in the return put 5 goals without reply past Turkey, and Gary Lineker got a hat-trick. So it's 13-0 on the 2 meetings so far. Turkey in possession with Uğur, the injured player. Now Savaş. Uğur again. And again a free kick. Brian Robson stamping in a bit there. Understand your colour pictures have returned. So you can see that it's the red shirts of Turkey pushing forward a little bit here. And the shot really came in loose towards Hasan in the end. It was struck initially by Savaş, but the ricochet nearly favoured the number 9. Here's Ali Çoban. Been playing for 10 minutes. And here's Glenn Hoddle for England. Adams. Mabbutt. Over to Kenny Sansom. It's an all London-based back four here. 3 from Arsenal. Oh, Lineker took a late challenge there. That was number 3, Semih, who's been deputed to man-mark Gary Lineker and took it rather too literally there. That'll depend on how much action the Soviet referee is prepared to take early in the match, because already there have been 1 or 2 late tackles from players on both sides. Just in case you're switching on at this moment, nearly 12 minutes gone in Izmir. England in white, 0-0 with Turkey. And when Gary Lineker gets back into action, there will be a free kick to England. That's Mustafa Denizli, the current Turkish coach. Viv Anderson has gone forward for this free kick. Played short for Waddle. Hoddle again. Anderson's calling on the far side. Robson was in there too. And as play spreads out, Hasan for Turkey, number 9. Erdal well forward, so too here is Uğur. And Adams steps in, and Hasan couldn't make anything of it. Ismail. Semih. Ismail. Stretching a bit there, and Erdal was brought down by Anderson. String of free kicks in these opening stages. Hasan has been joined in the centre by Erhan here. Erhan, in fact, has made a run across the area. Goalkeeper Fatih has been restored for this match because he has a height advantage over Senol, who's been keeping goal in the recent internationals. Talking of height, Mark Hateley is one of the England substitutes. You may want to know that it's Dave Watson, David Seaman, Trevor Stephen, Mark Hateley and John Barnes on the bench today. On by Hasan, back by Adams. Ismail, Savaş, Erhan, Erdal, forward by Anderson, who's still suffering the effects of a knock he took in the last collision, when in fact he was penalised. Was up there with Erdal. This is Adams, Hodge, Sansom, Lineker's flick, Brian Robson well forward, and here's an interception by number 7, Uğur. Situation with a quarter of an hour gone. hours ahead of you here in Turkey. It's just after 6:15. And a very strong wind, which won't make life any easier for the players on this blustery day. Blowing in from the Bay of Izmir on the Aegean Sea on Turkey's west coast. Number 7 is Ur. Seen plenty of the ball early on. Ismail, Ur going again, Anderson covering. England yet to find a way of releasing Lineker or Allen. That is Allen, in fact. They might do something here. Hoddle has pushed well forward in the centre. Waddle. Knocked off the ball, but barely, said the referee. And offside, surely, against Hassan. Sansom. Allen. That's Chris Waddle. Sansom. Determined run by Kenny Sansom. Brian Robson helping it on. And it's going to be a corner to England, given away by Reserve. The plan is for Tony Adams to go forward for these and do the job that Terry Butcher would have done. Glenn Hoddle has gone across to curl it in. Anderson's up there too with Adams. Nearly fell for Mabbutt. It's going to fall for Waddle. Flags up. Flags up on this side for an offside in the centre. Keep an eye on these linesmen, because yesterday in the under-21 match played at a smaller stadium in this same city, England looked rather unfortunate to have a goal disallowed for offside. Robert Rosario of Norwich thought he'd scored when he came on as a substitute, but it was wiped out in a match when the young England side created 3 or 4 very good chances, couldn't finally get the goal they deserved. He looks an accomplished player. Rezer is the player out on the far side. Iskender. Ismail. Just a couple of points for the mums who may be watching. This is the last time you'll see this particular England kit. It's being redesigned, and the new version is, I understand, being launched in London tomorrow, and England will be wearing the new style shirts as from their next international against Brazil. And a further note for the ladies, the tradition in Turkey that any women that want to come and watch football are admitted free of charge. No, I haven't seen too many in the crowd here so far. Here's Semi then for Turkey. Hassan. Semi again. I know quite a few young supporters do like to have England shirts as presents at birthdays and Christmas. Chris Woods there in the smart all grey goalkeeping outfit normally worn by Peter Shilton. This is Gary Lineker. Steve Hodge bursting forward. But so far, the Turks looking determined and fairly disciplined in defence. How long that was going to last, I'm not sure, because they opened up well enough in the match in Istanbul in '84 and then absolutely collapsed once England scored. They're playing with a sweeper behind 2 marking defenders. And here he is, in fact, Erhan, the free man. Anderson. Been playing for 20 minutes. Turkey 0, England 0. Match coming live to you from Izmir in the European Championship. Marking Hodge there. Here's Hoddle. Kenny Sansom trying to retrieve his position, tumbling across number 7, Ure. Erhan takes the free kick. Reserve. Sansom. Allen. Not really very much shape to the game so far. This is Viv Anderson. Robson. Lineker's in there. He's lost his footing slightly. The pitch is well grassed, but it's firm and flat. Ismail. Ure. Erdal. He really does look their best player. Iskender out on the right. Reserve. Ure. On to Erhan. These Turkish names may sound rather strange to you. And, I must confess they're a bit of a battle for me too, but they're known by their Christian name in Turkey rather than the surname. Erhan now. So they would call this fellow Chris. And this one Glenn. Hodge. Steve Hodge. The goal. England looking for a little bit of a landmark here today in terms of Bobby Robson's management. It's his 55th match in charge, and England's goal tally over that period currently stands at 98. So whoever puts in number 2 today, if number 2 should come along, and we haven't had number 1 yet, it'll be 100 up for England under Bobby Robson. But the main business here is to win the match and take 2 important points in the group. Erhan. That was a trip. A very blatant one too. Steve Hodge, who's already been spoken to for one tackle, has now perpetrated another. And Mustafa there, the 41-year-old Turkish coach who played 33 times for the international team. This is Ure, number 7. Iskender on the far side, number 11. Ure again. Savaş, number 10. Iskender. He's playing on the right, but he's predominantly left-footed, the number 11 for Turkey. Here's Ismail. Hassan. Ismail. Erdal. On again to Erhan. Nearly 25 minutes gone. Turkey 0, England 0, and there's some taunting of support.